Good morning students, I am PR Sagole. In the last lecture of the object oriented programming, we were discussed about the function overloading in C++. What is an function overloading? In C++, an user can create two or more functions that shares the same name, then provided their parameter declarations are different, that means the same function name with different signature, hence the function that share the same name are said to be overloaded, and the process is known as function overloading. Means in a function overloading, more than two functions can share the same name but they having a different parameters. This process we called as a function overloading. Now in this lecture we will start our next point, that is operator overloading in C++. In today's lecture we will see how the operator is overloaded in C++ language. In C++ we can make operators to work for user defined classes. In C++ we are making the use of different operators in a program. This means C++ has the ability to provide the operators with special meaning for a data type. This ability is known as operator overloading. Consider the example. We can overload an operator plus in the class like string, so that we concatenate two string by using the just plus operator. Other example classes where arithmetic operators may be overloaded are complex number, fractional number, big integer, etc. In short, the operator overloading, in the process of operator overloading, here we can make the use of the operators for the user defined classes. Let's see. First we will see what is exactly operator overloading process is. Operator overloading is an important concept in C++. Operator overloading is one of the important concept in C++. It is a type of compile time polymorphism in which an operator is overloaded to give the user defined meaning to it. The operator overloading is a type of compile time polymorphism in which the operator is overloaded to give the user defined meaning to the class. Operator overloading is an idea of giving special meaning to an existing operator in C++ without changing their original meaning. In the operator overloading, it gives the special meaning to an already existing operator. In a operator overloading, a single operator is overloaded to give user defined meaning to it. Here the operator is overloaded for giving the special meaning to that particular operator. Operator overloading provides a flexibility option for creating new definitions of C++ operator. Actually, C++ tries to make user defined data type behave is much same way as built-in data type. Consider one example. The C++ permits us to add two variables of user defined data types with the same syntax is applied to the basic types. This means that the C++ has ability to provide the operators with a special meaning for a data type. And this mechanism of giving Such special meaning to an operator is known as the operator overloading. In short, the operator overloading is also one of the important concepts in C++ language. And in the operator overloading process, when particular operator is overloaded, at that time the special meaning is applied to that particular operator. That means the operator overloading mechanism gives this special meaning to that particular operator, and this process we called as operator overloading. Operators can be overloaded by creating operator functions. In a C++, how the operator is overloaded? By creating the operator function. An operator function defines the operations that overloaded to that particular operator will perform relative to the class upon which it will work. An operator function defines the operation that are to be overloaded with that particular operator. How the operator function is created? The operator function is created by using the keyword operator. By using the keyword operator, we can define the operator function. Here is an syntax for defining a operator function. First, for writing the operator function, we want to define a return type for that particular function. Next, we want to provide the class name. After the class name, there is an scope resolution operator. Then here we use the operator keyword for defining the operator function. Next, OP means what? OP here, OP is an operator to be overloaded. OP is the operator being overloaded, and here is an argument list. That means here are the some parameters that are passed to the operator function. And in the function definition, there is an operation returned to that particular operator. This is the syntax for creating the operator function. The main goal of the operator overloading is to use C++ operators with class variables or class object. That means redefining the meaning of operators really does not change their predefined, that means original meaning. Instead, they have been given additional meaning along with their existing one. The additional definition for the operators exists until the program execution is finished. That means in the operator overloading, here we provide the special meaning to that particular operator. Here in the operator overloading process, the special meaning is added to that particular operator. Its previous meaning is also there, but here we can add the additional meaning to that particular operator. This is the operator overloading. In the C++, following operators that can be overloaded. In C++, which operators we can overload? All the binary arithmetic, that means plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus. These operators we can overload in C++. Then next, unary arithmetic operators, that is plus, minus, plus, plus, minus, minus. Next, we can also overload the dynamic memory allocation operator, that is new and delete. We already discussed about the new operator and delete operator in the last lesson. Next, bitwise operator, we can also overload the all the bitwise operators. Then other operators are given here, These other operators are also overloaded in C++. See all the operators. These all are the operators that we can overload in a C++ program. Next, we will see what are the different steps for overloading the operator. Here are some steps. That steps are used to overload a particular operator in a program. In a first step, create a members function under a public section. First, we want to create a function in a public section. Next, second step, the member function is also called as operator overloaded function. So, the syntax of declaration than other normal function. Here we write the operator function. The syntax of operator function we are already seen in the last slide. That first we want to provide the return type, then here we want to specify the operator keyword, then here the operator which we are overloaded, and here if there are parameters or the arguments, then we here pass the arguments. Then here we write the operation for that particular operation. Here the operator is a keyword that tells the compiler it is a operator overloading function. Next, last step, when we want to call a operator overloading function, there is an syntax. Same syntax is used. Operator keyword, then sign, then object name. For example, if we calling a plus sign operator overloaded function, then we can use plus a1. Plus is an operator and a1 is an object of a particular class. Here a1 is an object of a class where operator overloading function is declared. These are the steps that are used for overloading a operator in C++. First, we will see how to overload the unary operators. Unary operators are operators which operate on one operand to perform the operation. For example, I++, I minus minus, etc. Unary operators means unary operators are the operators which operate on only one operand. In a unary operation, there is an only one operand is present. On that particular one operand, there will be operation is performed. Consider the example of what is an operand and what is an operator. Consider the example A plus B. Then in this condition, A and B are the operand and plus is an operator. Okay. What are the unary operators? For example, I plus plus, I minus minus. That means here I is an only one operand is present. So it is an unary operator. Only on a one operand the operator performs the operation. So it is an unary operator. The operators can be overloaded using two different functions, that is through member function and friend function. The operators that are to be overloaded by using two functions, by using a member function, and second way is by using the friend function. If the operator function is a member function of a class, then the general syntax for declaring and defining the operator function to overload unary operator is as follows. Here is a class, then we want to provide the class name, then in a public section here we want to define the prototype or the function declaration is here, operator function declaration is here, and after that here we are writing the definition for the operator function. See the syntax. An unary operator overloaded using a member function takes no argument, but whereas an overloaded unary operator declared as a friend function that takes a one argument. That means when you are using a normal member function, then at that time in a friend function you are using a zero argument, and while you are creating a function, creating a operator overloading function by using a friend function, at that time the friend function can take one argument. Let's see one example that how the particular unary operator is overloaded. See this program. In this program here, class space is created. In the space class there are three variables are declared: integer x, integer y and integer z. Then in a public section here the getData function is written. In the getData function here we are assigning the three values for the x, y, z. By using the formal parameters we are assigning the value to the actual parameters. Then here is an display function which displays, which outputs the values, and here we overloaded the unary minus operator. Here we are overloading a unary minus operator. Then next, here the function definition is written for the getData function. What is the how the getData function is work? The getData function is getData function assigns the formal parameters to the actual parameter. Here we are assigning a three values to the x, y, z variables. X is equals to a, y is equals to b and z is equals to c. Then here is an display function which displays the value for x, y, z by using the output statement cout. Then here we are overloading, here we are defining the overloaded operator minus. X is equals to minus x. How the overloaded operator is defining here? Return type, class name, scope resolution operator, operator keyword, then here is an operator. This is our syntax for defining a operator function. Then in that operator function we are defining a definition, or we are defining a specification here. X is equals to minus x, y is equals to minus y, z is equals to minus z. That means here we are overloading a minus operator. Then see the main function. In a main function, simply we are creating the object of a class. In a main function, first we are creating a object of a class space. Here we are created the object of a class space as a s. So statement is written as space s. Then next, by using the object we are calling a functions defined in a class. First, by using an object we are calling a function getData, and here getData functions having a three parameters. So here three arguments, three values are passed to the functions, that are 10, minus 20 and 30. Then next, first we are displaying the values before operator overloading. So here the display function is called, which displays the initial values of the class, of the object. Then here the operator minus activates. Here minus operator activates, and next after overloading we are displaying a values of a object by using a display function. And last return 0 statement is written. Then while you are going to execute this program, then at that time you will get the output as before overloading. As before overloading, the message displays as before overloading means object's initial values. It will display the values, the initial values for the object, that is 10, minus 20 and 30. Then it will display the values of after overloading minus operator. That values are minus 10, 20 and minus 30. This is the operator overloading, unary operator overloading. Next we will see how to overload the binary operators. That means overloading binary operators. Binary operators are the operators which operates on two operands to perform the operation. For example, which are the binary operators? Plus, multiplication, division, minus, greater than, less than. These are the some binary operators. That means these operators requires two arguments for performing their operation. For example, A plus B. Here plus is an binary operator which requires two operands to perform its addition. A and B are the two operands. Overloading binary operator means making the binary operators work on variables on user defined types. There are certain situations where we would like to use a friend function rather than a member function. Then the binary operators overloaded through a member function take one argument, which is a formal argument. Here is an syntax for defining a binary operator class. Then we want to provide the class name. Then in a public section we are defining a binary operator function. Here prototype is written. How to write the prototype? Return type, then operator keyword, then OP means here we want to write the operator which is to be overloaded, and then here we want to pass the different arguments for the operation. Then next, here after the class definition is completed, here we are defining a operator function. Operator function definition is written here. How to write this definition? First we want to provide the return type, then class name, then by using the scope resolution operator we are calling a operator function outside, and here the function definition is written. The same syntax is used for defining a binary operators overloading. Let's see one example. See this example. This program for overloading binary operator using a member function. In this example, there is an class complex. In that complex class, the two variables are defined, A and B, which are the type of integer. Then next, in a public section, we are writing the different functions. First function is getValue. Here getValue function will input the value complex numbers for the two variables A and B. Then by using the input statement Cin, we are inputting that two numbers. Then then we are overloading plus operator here. How to write the operator function definition? First we want to provide the class name. What is our class name? Complex. Then we want to write the operator keyword, then we want to provide the operator to be overloaded. Then next, in bracket, we want to provide the value. Here we pass the object of a class. The object gets the two complex values, two complex numbers. Here we are creating an object of a class complex t, and by using that object we are performing the addition. We are overloading a plus operator. T dot a is equals to a plus ob dot objects. Here statement is written as t dot a is equals to a plus object dot a, and t dot b is equals to b plus object dot b. Here we are overloading a plus operator with the object's value, and it returns the object value. Then here again we are overloading a minus operator. Same procedure is followed here. First we are creating a object of a class. The object is passed to as an function argument. Then let's see how the minus operator is the overloaded. T dot a is equals to a minus object dot a, and t dot b is equals to b minus object dot b. Then next, here display function is written for displaying a result values. See the main function. Main function is important. In the main function, we are creating the 4 objects of a class, that are the obj1, obj2, result and result1. Then by using that objects, we are calling the different function. By using a obj1 function, we are calling a get value function for getting a value for a and b. Then same way, by using a object2, we are calling same function get value for getting a value for another object. Then in a result function, in a result object, we are storing the result of obj1 plus obj2, and in a result2 we are storing the result of minus operator which is overloaded. In a result object, we are storing the result of plus operator overloaded, and in a result1 we are storing the result of minus operator which is overloaded. Then by using a output statement cout, simply we are displaying a values, input values, and it will display the two objects inputted value, and then we are displaying, again we are simply displaying a message as result. And here by using a result object, we are simply displaying a resultant value of that particular object. Here we perform the operator is overloaded on a object values. So after executing this program, you will get the output as first it will display the message enter the value of complex number a and b. First obj1 get value function is called. Then for example, we are inputted the values 5 and 10. Then next, again the get value is function call for the object 2. Get value function is called for the object 2. So again it will display the message as enter value for complex number a and b. Again we are entering the two values for the object, that are 2 and 4. Then it will display, first it will display the inputted values, that is 5 plus 10i. Here for displaying, here we are using a operator function. Different operators are used. So it will display 5 plus I. 5 is the value of a, then plus operator is used, then 10 is an value for b, and there is an I function, I variable. Then we are again displaying a value for the second object, that are 2 plus 4i. Same way, 2 is an value for a, plus is an operator, 4 is an value for b, and I is an again operator. Then result will be displayed as 7 plus 14i. That means first plus operator is overloaded. So result will get 7 plus 14i. How the 7 plus 14i? 5 plus 2, that is 7. Then plus operator is overloaded here, and 14i is an also addition operator overloaded result. Then next it will display the result 3 plus 6i. Here we are overloading minus operator. Here minus operator is used for subtraction. So it will get the output as 3 plus 6i. That means 5 minus 2, that is 3. Then plus operator is used here, and 10 minus 4, that is 6i. Here is an example of overloading a binary operator plus and minus. Here is an plus and minus. Why are they binary operators? Because it requires the two operands for performing their operation. So here how the plus and minus operator is overloaded, it is shown here. Next we will see overloading assignment operator. By overloading assignment operator, all the values of one object, for example that are the instance variables, can be copied to another object. Like other operators, we can also overload the assignment operator, that is equal to operator is also overloaded. By overloading the equal to operator or the assignment operator, here all the values of one object are copied to the another object. Assignment operators must be overloaded by non-static member function only. We cannot overload the assignment operator to the static member function. If the overloading function for the assignment operator is not written in the class, then the compiler generates the function overloaded the assignment operator. Let's see the syntax. First, this is the syntax for overloading or defining a assignment operator. First, we want to provide the return type. Here is a syntax. First, we want to provide the return type for the function. Then operator keyword is used, and here we are overloading a equal to operator, and as a parameter we are passing the class name. Let's see the example for overloading the assignment operator. Here is a class mark. One class is created named marks. In the marks class, there are two variables of integer type that are defined, integer m1 and integer m2. These two variables are of type integer. Then in a public section, we are defining one default constructor. What is a default constructor? That constructor have no argument. That constructor we call as a default constructor. First, we are defining one default constructor. In that default constructor, we are assigning a 0 value to both variables m1 and m2. Then again, we are defining one parameterized constructor. Constructor is a special member function whose task is to initialize the values to the object of a class, and it is special. Why it is special? Because it having the same name as the class name. Here we specifying a parameterized constructor. In parameterized constructor, we are passing a number of arguments to that particular constructor. Here we are passing a formal parameters to that particular constructor. Here two parameters are passed, I and j. By using the I and j value, we are assigning a value, I and j's value. That means this constructor's value to the m1 and m2 variable. Then next, here we are overloading a assignment operator. What is the syntax? First, we want to provide the return type, then operator keyword, then equal to operator, Then constant keyword, here is an class and we are making the use of object of that particular class M. Here we are creating the M. Then next, M1 is equals to M dot M1 and M2 is equals to M dot M2. This is an assignment operator overloading function. Then the display function is here. Display function is used for displaying a values of the variables. Here first we are displaying a values of first subject, that is M1, and again we are second output statement is used for displaying a value for the another subject, that is M2. Then in the main function, we are creating two objects of a class. Mark 1 is one object of a class which having a value. We are passing a parameters as 55 and 92. Again we are creating a second object for a class. So the statement is written as Mark 2. Mark 2 is an object of a class marks and we are passing a value 47 and 61. Then by using a output statement, we are displaying a message as marks of first student. Here we are displaying a marks of first student. How that marks of first student is displayed? Mark 1 dot display. So mark 1 dot display function displays the marks of first and second subject. Next, again cout statement is displayed. Cout statement is used for displaying of marks of second student. Then again display function is called by using second object for displaying a marks of second student. Then here we are making the use of assignment operator. Here assignment operator is overloaded. Here the values are copied to one object to another object, and again we are displaying a marks in first subject by using a first object dot display. That means first object again calling a display function. So while you are going to executing this particular program, you will get the output as first it will display the statement as marks of first student. Then it will display marks of first student, that is 55 and 92. Then it will display the marks of second student, that are 47 and 67. Again marks in first subject, it will display the message 47 and 61 because here we are using a assignment operator. Here the marks of second student is, that means object 2 marks are assigned with the object 1. That means object 1 gets the values of object 2. This is the example of overloading assignment operator. Then last overloading operator is overloading arithmetic assignment operator. In the last point we are seeing that overloading only simple assignment operator, but now we are going to overload the assignment operator with particular arithmetic operator. C++ supports the arithmetic assignment operator such as plus equal to, minus equal to, multiplication equal to, etc. And these operators combine two operations, namely arithmetic operation and assignment operation. For example, multiplication equal to operator combines the multiplication as well as assignment operator. Let's see one example. Term multiplication equal to 5. It is also equivalent to the term is equals to term into 5. Let's see one program for overloading the arithmetic assignment operator. Here plus equal to operator is overloaded. See this program. In this program there is a class distance. In a distance class, there are two variables, feet and inches. Feet is of type integer and inches is of type float. Then in a public section, here one constructor is declared, distance, integer, float. Here two values are passed to the constructor. Then here the plus equal to operator is overloaded. How to overload plus equal to operator? What is the syntax? First we want to provide return type. Here return type is an void. Then here operator keyword is used, and here the is an operator which is overloaded, and here distance address of. Then here is an display function which displays the result. Then by using the scope resolution operator, we are accessing the member functions outside of the class and write the definition for this function. First we are writing the definition for the constructor. Here for the constructor two values are passed, and feet and inches variable is assigned with the formal variables ft and inch. Then here the operator function plus equal to return. Here operator function definition is written here. Which operator? Here overloaded plus equal to operator. Then in this function we are writing the statements. See these statements. Feet is equals to plus equal to dis dot feet. That means feet is this statement is same like feet is equals to feet plus distance dot feet, and inches is equals to inches dot inches plus feet dot inches. And here we are converting some values. If the inches value is greater than or equal to 12, then we are increasing the feet value by 1 and inches by minus 12.0. Then here the function definition for display function is written here. Display function simply displays the values for feet and inches. Then in a main function, here we are creating a object of a distance class. Here in this example we are creating a two objects that are dist1 and dist2. For the dist1 we are passing a value as 5 and 11, and for the second object we are passing the values as 11 and 7.5. Then here the operator plus equal to is applied. Dist1 plus equal to dist2. That means dist1 is equals to dist1 plus dist2. And after this overloading operation, then we are displaying a resultant distance by using a object1.display. So while you are going to execute this program, you will get the output as resulting distance is 17 foot and 6.5 inches. These are the some examples of operator overloading. First we are seeing that overloading a unary operator. Then we were seeing that overloading binary operators. Then overloading assignment operator, and then overloading arithmetic assignment operator. Here we are combining the two operations, that means arithmetic operation and assignment operation. These are the four types of operator overloading. Now there are certain rules that are used for overloading a operator in C++ program. See these rules. For example, first rule defines only existing operators can be overloaded. In a operator overloading in C++, only we can overload the already existing operator. That means the new operators cannot be overloaded, or new operators cannot be created in a operator overloading. Then next, the overloaded operator must have at least one operand that is of user defined type. The operator overloading can say we must have at least one operand to perform the operation. Any operator, it must require the one operator for overloading, one operand for doing its operation. Then next, we cannot change the basic meaning of operator in a operator overloading. That is, we cannot redefine the plus operator to subtract a value from one to another. That means the third rule specifies that we cannot modify the basic meaning of a particular operator. That means a plus operator is always used in a operator overloading for addition purpose. We cannot modify the meaning of plus operator. That means we cannot do the subtraction by using the plus operator. The next rule is that overloaded operators must follow the syntax rules of the original operator that cannot be overridden. Same like earlier. Then there are some operators that cannot be overloaded, such as scope resolution operator. We cannot overload the scope resolution operator. These are the some rules that are used for overloading the operators in C++. Okay, thank you.